let's talk about my February favourites. I have seen a few other people do this and I thought it would be a cool video to do because I do always have things like recommendations, things I've enjoyed that I always want to talk about in like an official capacity. I'm going to do a little sheet mask and a little bit of makeup, and we're going to talk about everything I've enjoyed this month. Clarice. Set timer, 15 minutes. I've decided that I don't want my monthly favourites to just be things I've like consumed or bought or purchased. Podcasts I've watched, films I've watched, books I've read, well, podcasts I've listened to, but you get the idea. Basically, I'm just hoping it will be a collection of things I've enjoyed throughout the month. I'm going to try link everything that I mentioned in this video, so I'll pop that in the description box so you can find everything in one place, hopefully. I'm back. My face is appropriately moisturised. My skin's been so dry recently. Let's start off with my media and lifestyle faves. Okay, so it's Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks videos aren't something that I've discovered this February, but I've fallen back in love with them. Abraham Hicks is a motivational speaker from the US. She does a lot around like law of attraction and manifesting, etc. I rediscovered her in February because I've been finding myself, I guess, in a little bit of a funk, especially in the mornings. I've been really struggling with like motivation in the mornings before work, been just having a really bad morning routine, getting up late, then rushing, not eating properly in the morning, you know, just like setting your day off to a bad start. That half an hour where I'd usually listen to music in the mornings, I've just been listening to her like 15-minute start the day videos, and it's really just done bits for me. I think it's really nice to just have that kind of like positive inspirational energy first thing in the morning, especially just on in the background, even if you're not really listening to it. I'll link my favourite one. It's just a really punchy 15-minute one. I listen to probably that one 3 or 4 times a week, and then I'll just alternate between other videos of hers. One of my favourite quotes from my videos, I can't remember which one, and I'm probably paraphrasing, so don't take this as gospel, but it's stop letting your practical mind take notice of where you are instead of where you want to be. But yeah, I've really noticed it's done a lot for my mindset. Okay, so number 2 is Notion. So Notion is like an organisational online digital template creator, I guess. When I started YouTube a month ago, I decided I really needed to be organised, especially with like where my videos are at, where my ideas are at. I was doing everything in my phone, but I was having like 6 or 7 different notes open on my iPhone. I wasn't able to keep track of stuff, and I was writing things down because I much prefer a physical notebook, but it just wasn't working the same. It wasn't neat, it wasn't organised. I'm still very much a physical like pen pad girly, especially for my day-to-day life, so at work and also for like shopping lists and organising my own personal things. But for YouTube and content creation, it's just been chef's kiss. If I didn't work a full-time job, I probably wouldn't utilise this as much, but because I'm starting editing in the evenings after work, it's really good to know where I'm at. My day job is admin, so one thing about me is I love a spreadsheet, I love data. So here you can see I've got all my YouTube ideas like listed. I'll just add things in, and then if you click on them, it goes into like the structure of the video. So if I have an idea for a thumbnail, a little bit more idea for like the video structure, that kind of thing, I can just whack it in there. Any music I use, any description box stuff. In this section, I can put whether I've filmed it, whether it's in the process of editing. Once I click complete, it moves it over into a completely different spreadsheet so that it's just out the way. Done, dusted. I normally always have my Notion open while I'm filming a video. Next up, I'm sure everyone is watching it, but just honourable mention for The Last of Us. I'm not a huge TV watcher anymore. I just either don't have the time or there's nothing that really catches my interest. Especially with TV series, I'll start watching it and then I'll never finish it, or I won't keep up with it. I much prefer to watch a movie in one sitting, or like a short TV show, you know, like 20-minute episodes kind of vibe. One of the best parts of my week is coming home and watching The Last of Us on a Monday night. I will be playing the game when it's out on PC. I'm quite big on games. I love video games. I wish I had more time for them. I recently played like quite a lot of the Resident Evil games last year for the first time, which was really exciting. So really looking forward to playing The Last of Us. Really enjoying watching it, having not seen the game as well. Loved episode 3, broke my heart into 1,000 million pieces. Really enjoying Joel and Ellie's relationship. I'm quite enjoying that a TV show is focusing on like a familial relationship rather than romantic. It just makes a nice change. So the next one is ashwagandha. I've always been hesitant to discuss vitamins and supplementation because I'm not a doctor and I don't want to recommend things that are going to work so differently for different people, and like everyone's health needs are different. So please bear that in mind as I discuss this, and just ensure that you do your own research. Don't go blindly buying anything because someone says you should buy it, but especially not something that you ingest. I started taking ashwagandha supplements in January, mainly because I had done some research into improving my quality of sleep, and that was one of the suggestions. I was having what I think is stress-related sleep problems. I was just really struggling to go to sleep in the evenings. I was waking up a lot. I was struggling to have good quality of sleep, so I wasn't sleeping all the way through, and I was feeling very tired. I wasn't practicing very good sleep self-care either. I was staying up late. I was staying on my phone a lot. So this is alongside other implementations. A lot of people on TikTok are touting ashwagandha now as it's gonna make you numb and emotionless, which just simply is misinformation. Yes, it has been said that ashwagandha can help stabilize your cortisol levels, and cortisol is directly related to stress. Like I said, do your own research. I am just paraphrasing, which in turn can make you feel a bit more stable, I guess, when it comes to things like anxiety and worry and stress management. It can just make you feel more relaxed. So the hours between 1 and 4 are usually when I'm feeling most jittery and anxious, partially due to caffeine crash because I drink quite a lot of coffee, and also that just goes hand in hand with my medication and how that works. And since taking ashwagandha, I do feel a lot more even and stable during those hours. I've been really impressed with the results on how it's affected my sleep so far, but obviously I do want to say that's in conjunction with just making better lifestyle choices around sleep. So I've been not sleeping with my phone on my bedside table. I've not been going on my phone the hour before bed, that kind of thing. This is the famous Wee Cherie setting mist by The Beauty Crop. This is a hydrating dual phase setting mist enriched with cherry extract and hyaluronic acid. You can see I've used a lot of this, and I've had this since the start of February. I went to an event and this was just in a gift bag, and I saw it and was like, oh cool, I'd been thinking about getting this, but I didn't want to buy it in case it was one of those items that was a hype item. Now, I wasn't given it in exchange for content. I can say that hand on heart. Now, I will say that this item does feel like a little luxury. Would I buy it again, spend my own money on it? Absolutely yes, but it's not a necessity in my eyes. I've shaken it up. Normally it has this double layer of oil on the top. My skin is very dry at the moment, so it's just been really nice to spray it on my face. It smells really nice. I don't really think it smells like cherries. I think it kind of smells like a Barocca, but that's kind of nice. The spray on it is really nice. It's a very fine mist. Really like it for finishing off my makeup at the end. Feel like it just gets rid of that powdery looking chalky feeling. It's definitely for refreshing. I don't think it sets or holds makeup in place necessarily. I've gone through it very quickly. As you can see, I've nearly used a whole bottle in a month, but I think that's because the spray top is so nice. It's quite addictive to just keep spraying, and my skin is very dry at the moment. I'm waiting for my lash glue to dry down, so let's talk about this. This is the Kevin Aquan Sensual Skin Enhancer. This was a big purchase for me. This was not cheap. I did partially pay for it with a gift voucher, but I've been looking at this for months, if not years. I hope that's focused, but this is a pot concealer with multiple uses. It is my first pot concealer, and I will say pot concealers are very full coverage. I mean, I knew that going into it, but it does have multiple uses. My favourite makeup is always going to be stuff that looks like your skin but better, even if it's quite full coverage, something that feels quite light, and also something that's easy. Multi-purpose products. I shade matched myself online, which I was really proud of myself for doing correctly because the shade match is perfect. I was using this at the start of the video. That's what I was putting under my eyes. You can put it on with your fingers. A little goes a long way. So while it is expensive, I do think it's going to last me a really long time. I haven't done this yet, but you can mix it with a moisturiser to make quite a light coverage skin tint. It's just so easy in the morning before work. I just spend 10 minutes just patting that into areas that I just want a little bit more evenness because I got a complete colour match. While I figure out what I was going to do next in my makeup, we're going to talk about my next February favourite. It's also been my January favourite, but we didn't do a video then. It is my Birkenstock Bostons. I am obsessed with these. I wear them all the time. If you follow me on TikTok, you probably see them in my outfit videos that I'm wearing them to work like nearly every single day. It's an addiction. I can't stop. They're just so comfy. They're so easy. They look so smart. I've got them in the taupe suede. I got a 4.5. I usually wear a 5. I know they are very trendy and of the moment and a lot of people have them, but they have just made me so happy. I just think they look good with almost everything. Right, the next item is actually jewellery, and it is my safety pin earrings. I've wanted safety pin earrings for ages. I found it really hard to find some that weren't really expensive. I would have actually just put a safety pin in my ear, but I wear gold and not silver. They're really good quality. They haven't turned my ears green. I get so many compliments on them, and they've just kind of turned into my new everyday. I used to wear like tiny little gold hoops, but now I've been wearing these all the time and I just love how they look. When I eventually get my seconds done, I just want to see if I can get like a slightly smaller pair so we can double up. I just think that will look really cool. I'm really on a mission this year to start slowly upgrading all the jewellery that I wear daily. A lot of my jewellery I buy cheap and then end up replacing quite a lot, which just seems quite wasteful. So I'd rather just save and get some slightly nicer pieces that are a bit more of an investment. This is really good timing because the last February fave, but certainly not the least, is the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm. Let me do my lip liner and then I can put it on and talk about it. I'm just going to do a tiny little bit of brown lip liner and then come back and show you this. So I got this in the shade Dolce Vita. This is my second time buying it. I just really like the colour on me. It's just a perfect sheer pink. It looks really good without lip liner as well. It doesn't leave too much of a harsh colour like on the edge of your lip, so you don't have to be constantly checking it. There definitely are better lip shades for this eye look, but yeah. I don't always love the sensation of wearing a gloss, but this is really comfortable for me to wear like on a day-to-day basis, so that's why I prefer it. My head is hurting after wearing that. That was quite tight. That was my February favourites. That was everything that I really enjoyed, that I felt was noteworthy and worth telling you about. I did get the timing quite well with finishing my makeup. Everything will be linked. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you do want another one of these in March, because I'm not sure if I'll do one, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching.